Hello everybody, we finally made it here to Savannah, Georgia. That's right, after a lot of traveling, we finally made it here to Georgia, the 12th state of this series. Savannah is one of Georgia's most beautiful towns, and in today's episode, we will explore everything that there is to do here, from their pirate history to what makes this town so great. We'll also try some of their finest food, desserts, and so much more. We'll also have the opportunity to visit some famous filming locations, such as the spot where they filmed Forrest Gump. So strap in, chat, because this is going to be a very exciting video. Without further ado, make sure to like and subscribe, and let's get started where this video all began. Our story starts 2 days prior, as we hop on a train from Charleston, South Carolina to Savannah, Georgia. Before I know it, the train already pulls into the station. I then hop on my foldable kick scooter and scoot my way all the way to downtown Savannah. Now that we've arrived, I'm very excited, so let's get this video started.
Yar! We finally made it. It was a long train, it was a long scooter ride, it was a lot of delays. It took us quite a while to get here, but we're finally here in Savannah, Georgia. I will say, I'm very excited. As a pirate enthusiast, this town is a pretty big deal. This town has a lot of pirate history. We'll go into that later, but for now, I will say, I'm gonna go walk around. I'm gonna go see all the cool piratey things to do. This town has a lot of history, but I'm just here for the pirates. So we got the scooter here. Let's go do it.
And so, me hearties, we set sail off to go explore Savannah, Georgia. Savannah was founded in 1733. As you can tell by their old buildings, unique architecture, and brick roads, this town has a lot of history. And the reason why the architecture is so great and so grand is because in the year 1793, on a cotton plantation located right next to Savannah, the cotton gin was invented. This revolutionary piece of machinery led to Savannah becoming a major player in the cotton industry. Due to this and other factors, Savannah was a very well-known port for trade. And so in the late 1700s, an insane amount of merchant ships, sailors, and even pirates frequently went through this town. And so today, Savannah celebrates its pirate history. By going into any gift shop located here in Savannah, you'll be greeted by an abundant amount of pirate-themed merchandise. But the thing is, there are plenty of other towns located here in America that have even more pirate history. Which makes you ask, why is Savannah known for pirates? We see in 1881, an author by the name of Robert Louis Stevenson wrote a very famous book called Treasure Island, forever changing how people see pirates. And located in that book, one of the main characters, Captain Flint, makes his way to a random inn located in Savannah, Georgia, and passes away. And the name of that inn is the Pirate House. Now, while that book is completely fictional, the book itself became very famous and changed how people perceive pirates. With that said, we finally made it here to the Pirate House. This building was actually constructed in 1754 and was originally a very famous inn for sailors and pirates. And later in 1954 is when they turned this into the building that it is now, a pirate-themed restaurant and gift shop. As soon as you enter in the upstairs portion, there's a ton of merchandise, as well as pirate-themed souvenirs. While downstairs, there's a humongous restaurant, and of course, I decided to try out some of their food. And my goodness, this experience was amazing. A good number of the staff was actually dressed up as pirates and stayed in character the entire time. Soon I was served my appetizer, 2 slices of bread, as well as some butter and jam. This food was extremely good, and finally it was time to order my dinner. I got this humongous cheeseburger and french fries for only $23.49 overall. After eating this dinner, I decided to go check out a different part of this building, and that is their underground tunnels. While unfortunately they don't allow people to go down there, you are able to look down there and see what once was. It is said in the late 1700s, pirates and merchants used these tunnels to transport items from their ship onto land. You're also able to see this part of the underground tunnels. As you can see, it is a staircase leading to what appears to be a normal basement. With that said, the Pirate House is a must-see place. But before I know it, it's time to head out.
It has started to rain. I'm not even too angry, honestly. It's setting the mood for the whole pirate thing.
Unfortunately for me, the rain didn't pass. The rain soon turned into a downpour, with lightning and thunder filling the air. And while it does set the tone for our pirate adventure, I know I have to hop on my scooter and quickly ride to my Airbnb to drop off all of my items. Because nobody wants a soaking wet backpack. So I hop on my scooter and set sail, trying to go as fast as I can. Eventually I made it to my Airbnb and dropped off my stuff. I then went out with my GoPro to try to get some more footage for you guys. But the rain, thunder, and lightning proved to be a little bit too much for me. So like a true pirate, I ran. And so for a majority of the night, the rain continued. So I made it back to my Airbnb and got some much needed rest, because in the morning it was time for some more adventure. The next morning, I woke up bright and early and set out to go explore the rest of Savannah, Georgia. Because this town has a lot more to offer than just some pirate history. One thing to note is the amazing amount of Revolutionary War battles that happened in this town. From the capture of Savannah in 1778 to the siege of Savannah in 1779. This town truly is revolutionary. But what I'm excited for the most is to visit some of America's most iconic filming locations. However, before we do that, let's go grab some breakfast real quick. I decided to go to the restaurant called Collins Quarter. I get myself a cup of coffee as well as some chicken and waffles. This cost me $32.25, a bit expensive but delicious nonetheless.
Good morning, good morning. The video might be a little bit glitchy, but that's because my phone is, anyway. Good morning. We had a lot of fun yesterday going to all the pirate stuff, and it's the next morning in Savannah. But it said it might rain again today, so we're gonna kind of go fast. But with that said, we're gonna see everything that Savannah has to offer. Let's get going.
And now that I've eaten my breakfast and filmed my introduction, it's time to visit some iconic filming locations. We start here in Chippewa Square, because this is where the movie Forrest Gump was filmed. If you go back and watch the movie, some of the most iconic scenes are when Forrest Gump is sitting on the bench telling his story. And that bench is located right where I was just standing. Now, since that bench was just a movie prop, it wasn't actually here. Nonetheless, it was great to see this filming location. But there's one more filming location I want to go to, and that's located here on Broughton Street. Because in this very street is where the movie SpongeBob Sponge Out of Water was filmed. For those who have watched that movie, there's a scene where SpongeBob and his friends chase after a pirate ship on wheels, and that entire chase sequence is filmed on this very street. Now, the most iconic scene of this entire sequence is when Patrick Star stands in front of this ice cream shop, says his catchphrase, and then uses his telepathic powers to summon a bunch of ice cream cones. Now that I was finally here, I decided to recreate that scene in the exact spot that Patrick Star stood.
Justice is best soft served.
It was really cool to stand at the exact spot that Patrick Star stood. I was actually so excited to be here, I decided to go inside and try out some of their ice cream, because I wanted to make sure that it would stand up to Patrick Star's standards. And overall, the ice cream tasted really good. They had a ton of flavors to choose from, and I would highly recommend coming here if you're a fan of SpongeBob SquarePants. With that said, I spent about half an hour here just taking photos and videos of the place. I even posed where Patrick Star stood, and then I went out to go explore more of this city. I mainly rode my scooter around the town visiting all of the historic sites, and my goodness, there's a lot to see here. They do have a ton of tour trolleys that you can purchase, but I'll stick to walking. With that said, Savannah is also known for their abundant amount of candy shops, so I went to pretty much every single one. All the candy shops around Savannah are very unique, and in a few of them, you actually can see them make the candy. For example, in this video, you can see this guy is actually making saltwater taffy. This machine that he's cranking is stretching out the taffy and then packaging it. In other candy shops, you can see similar machinery. For example, this one that has a conveyor belt, which will transport the taffy all the way across the store into the location where you can actually purchase it. There was an insane amount of desserts here, and if you were planning on going on a diet while visiting Savannah, well, that's just too bad, because you have got to try out some delicious desserts. I ended up getting myself some Duff soda, which is based from the Simpsons show, as well as, of course, some iconic Savannah saltwater taffy. My goodness, there are so many flavors to choose from, and you guys will not be disappointed. Eventually, I visited one final spot, Vinny Van Gogo's, which is a super affordable and super delicious pizza spot. I ordered 2 giant pizzas and some root beer for $14.98. The food was delicious, but before I knew it, it was already starting to get dark. Savannah is one of America's most haunted cities, so I took my time walking around.
Well, guys, with a long and fun adventure here in Georgia. Savannah is apparently one of the most haunted cities in America, so I'm just kind of walking around right now. Literally 3 a.m., I'm not even kidding. With that said, my train does leave in about 15 minutes, so I'm just going to head back to my Airbnb right now, call an Uber, and head to the train station. With that said, Savannah was awesome. Thank you all so very much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe. See you guys later.
With that said, I made my way back to my Airbnb, grabbed my backpack and scooter. I then headed out to the Amtrak train station so I can head out to the next state. With that said, my visit here to Savannah, Georgia was absolutely amazing. I got to see all the pirate locations I wanted to see, as well as learned a lot about the history of Savannah. I got to visit some iconic filming locations, and overall I had a really fun time exploring this very unique town. With that said, if you made it to the end, make sure to comment down below. I get my peaches out in Georgia. Anyway, my trip here was awesome. I had a really fun time, and now it's time to hop on the train and head down to the next state, Florida. If you enjoyed this video, you guys are absolutely gonna love my Florida video, because in that episode we're gonna explore one of Florida's newest theme parks, and yeah, you guys just are not gonna want to miss that video. So make sure to subscribe and turn on bell notifications. I will see you all there, and with that said, thank you all so very much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one, and with that, later adventures.